Hi, if you're thinking about selling your animal portraits or doing commissions, then you might have questions about how should I price my artwork? How much can I charge? Is my style good enough for charging that amount of money? So then you are right here. In this video, I show you tips and tricks what you can think about if you would like to sell your artwork and if you struggle with pricing. I hope that is helpful for you. I also invite you to join the waitlist of Animal Art Club, my online drawing school. It's a community of like-minded people that all feel and think like you. We have beginners but also more advanced people in the club, and it's an amazing community. You find here the link to join the waitlist. And now let's dive into pricing your artwork. Okay, so welcome again to today's topic masterclass. It is about confidently pricing your animal portraits. Learn how to price your animal portraits with confidence, detach from emotional pricing fears, build a waitlist, and know when to raise your prices so you can create a sustainable and fulfilling art business. What we will cover today: set fair prices, attract the right clients, and grow your art business, or grow your selling of your portraits and so on. You don't have to start an art business for sure. You can also just only sell some of your portraits to have a side income, what is great, additional to drawing for yourself and doing presents and so on. So why pricing feels difficult for artists, how to set prices without self-doubt, how to calculate your prices, when and how to increase your rates, and the power of a waitlist, and pricing psychology. So I want to start with the emotional side of pricing your art. First of all, remember, don't price your artwork too low. Most times artists price their artwork too low because of a lack of confidence. Choose your price so that you are making a margin that covers your costs and salary and also profit. So you should earn something with your portrait you're selling. You want to be able to make money with your art and make a living of it. So if you do it as a living or only selling portraits, and also if you just sell your portraits to earn a bit of side income, don't undersell your portraits. That's very important, because why pricing feels personal. It's normal to feel like pricing is self-worth, but it's not. Your prices should reflect value, not emotions. And detaching from pricing anxiety and self-doubt, and seeing your art as a service, not just as a product. So you are creating something, so especially when you are creating commissions, then it is more like a service. Your customer wants you to draw that animal, and you are doing that. You're bringing so much love and value into that portrait. And yes, you don't sell only the portrait. There is so much more included. So think about that. So some common fears could be, maybe you're thinking, what if people think I'm too expensive? What if they don't buy my work, or they order somewhere else? How do I make sure I don't undercharge? That's then the other way around. When is the right time to raise my prices, and so on? So think a little bit about that. What fears come up when you price your artwork? You could write it down after the masterclass on a note. Think about that and then reframe them. So let's overcome your fears. One important thing is also to understand your ideal customer. So, there is a huge market out there. Many people who want to buy artwork or want to order a commission portrait, and there are also many artists out there. But there is an ideal client, an ideal customer for everybody. So you have to find yours. And many artists worry that if they price too high, no one will buy their work. But the truth is, there is an ideal client for every artist. Your ideal client is someone who appreciates your unique style, your values, the time and skill that goes into your artwork, and is happy to invest in a piece that is meaningful to them. Instead of trying to appeal to everyone, focus on the people who resonates with your work and are willing to pay with what it's worth. What impacts your pricing? So your skill level and how it develops over time, for sure. So if you are a completely beginner, you of course will not charge thousands of dollars at the beginning. So your price will develop over time, and your skills too, for sure. Your prices should evolve as your skills improve. If your work is improving, your prices should reflect that growth. And then your confidence, how you present yourself affects your pricing. Confidence plays a huge role in pricing. If you believe in your prices, so your clients will. When you always think I am too expensive, no one will buy it, then no one will buy it. You create these beliefs in your head and they will become true. So really choose a price that you feel confident with it, and speak then also confidently about that, and people will pay that. Then marketing. So people don't buy based on price, they buy based on value. When you really speak about your portrait and say how that can change their life or their memory, so they have these memories to that animal, or they have a beautiful portrait on their walls and will feel better every day or something like that. So put a story around the portrait and sell it in that way, what value that portrait gives to your to the clients, and then they will buy it more easily than if it is only just a picture, and they are also then willing to pay more. Your online presence for sure also makes and has an impact how you sell your portraits. Visibility builds trust and justifies pricing. Social media and branding helps justify your price. That's the more, if you really want to have an art business, the more visible and professional your presence, the more trust you build. So that's the more when you really want to make a living from art then. And understanding the true value of your art. Recognize what makes your artwork valuable beyond just time and materials. So again, these are value factors. So your unique style and your experience. When you are a very experienced artist, you can sell your portraits with a higher price. People know you and so on, and they are willing to pay more. Then the more skilled you become, the higher you should charge, for sure. And emotional connection, high quality materials for sure also you have to calculate the material you're using also in your prices, for sure. And the time and effort invested, so how long did you need, how many hours did you need. More complex pieces are higher priced if there is a background, if it is more complex and there are many details, then for sure it also can have a higher price. And the market demand, the more requests you get, the more you can charge. So that's then also a thing when you have a wait list and that is full, you can raise your price. So if many people want to buy your artwork, then raise your price. So that also are some factors. And researching the market and competitor pricing. That's one thing you can start if you're not sure how to price your artwork that you see, and learn how to price competitively while maintaining profitability. So the steps you can do: find similar artists that draw something like you. So in our case, animal portrait artists with pastels. And search in social media, on Instagram or on Facebook or in Google. Search some artists and have a look. What are they charging? Do they draw similar portraits you are creating? Are they at the same level? And so on. And write down what are they charging, and just make a research. And yes, there are now, I would like to speak about 3 different pricing strategies that are out there, and there are different methods. As you are more a beginner and not an experienced artist that sells over a long time, the cost-based pricing would be for the start the best option for sure, and most of us are doing that. The cost-based pricing method for artists is a straightforward approach that ensures you cover your expenses while making a profit. So always keep that in mind. You don't want to give away your portraits and don't earn money with it. So keep that in mind. Calculate direct costs, like the material costs. These are all the physical materials used to create the artwork, like the pastel pencils, pastel sticks, the paper, the surface you're using, tools, or do you ship your portraits framed, and also the packaging material that you have to buy also to pack your portrait, certificates of authenticity, or any stickers you put on, or any other beautiful things you use for packaging your artwork. Also calculate that. Then also include indirect costs when you calculate your price. So overhead expenses, like these are ongoing costs related to running an art business now, if you're really doing that only for your living income. But it's also important if you just sell your portraits as a side income, that you calculate all that in to determine your price. Studio rent, if you have that, electricity, internet, or online shop fees if you're selling your portrait in an online shop. So you can calculate the total indirect costs for a month and divide by the number of artworks you typically produce in that time to get an estimate per piece. And the third factor is for sure time and labor. So to determine how many hours you spend on an artwork. That's also one thing. You need an hourly rate and the hours you're working on that portrait. So set an hourly rate that reflects your skill level and experience. And then here is a formula to hours you need. So for example, if you spend 10 hours on a portrait and your hourly rate is 25, then that is called labor. This is then 250. You need that then also to bring into the calculation formula I'll show you in the next. So just calculate in also your hour, how much, in easier words, how much dollars does 1 hour cost and how much hours do you need? Calculate that. And then add a profit margin. So you can then say you do that 1 times 3, for example, like in that formula. So add a profit margin. This ensures you are not just covering costs, but also make a profit, because until now we only covered costs, but you should also get profit. And so Common markups range are from 20% to 50% or more, depending on your market and demand. And this is a formula you can use. I also have listed here 2 other methods. So this is a market-based pricing. The market-based pricing method for artists focuses on setting prices based on what similar artists charge for comparable work. This would be compare your work with your competitors. Again, research similar artists, look at artists what a similar style, medium, skill level, check their pricing, websites, galleries, and social media. We already had that. Then analyze pricing trends, identify the average price range for artworks of similar size and detail. Yes, and there is a third method that is more for experienced artists with high demand, the value-based pricing. They charge based on the emotional and personal value of the artwork. Premium pricing for memorial portraits, intricate designs, or large sizes, and so on. That is better for artists with a strong branding, a long wait list, or established reputation. For the beginning, I would either choose the formula and calculate your costs in, or also have a look to your competitors. Yes, and structuring your commission pricing. So learn how to create a commission structure that ensures profitability and clarity for clients. If you're doing commission, so you can offer tiered pricing. So offer small, medium, and large portraits, but I would say not too many different sizes they can choose from, so make it easy. And always also require a deposit, so deposit requirements. You can always charge more, a higher price, do add-ons for extra pets, like in of course, don't forget shipping costs and international fees. Always charge that extra if you send to different areas, because they are different. Payment plans you could also offer if you would like. So if you would make or help them to pay or make it easier, but they have to pay upfront, not after you have done that. Here is an example. So for example, a basic pet portrait costs $250 or euros. A full body pet portrait would then cost more because it is more work. You have to draw paws, you have to draw much more details, and so on. If you have multiple pets, then you also can add an extra pet charge, for example, $150 for each extra pet, because you have to draw more faces that are taking more time, and so on. Yes, so for example, rush order plus 30%, that's an example. Overcoming fear and guilt about pricing. Many artists struggle with pricing confidently. If you feel hesitant about rising prices, remember, your time and skill have value. People are willing to pay for meaningful, high-quality art. Your pricing should allow you to make a living, not just cover costs. You don't need to justify your prices. Your work speaks for itself. How to handle pricing objections. So if someone says that's too expensive, then you can respond, I understand that you find that, but my pricing reflects the time, the material, and the skill that go into each piece, and my love and my effort. If you would like, I can offer a smaller size or a print option if you have that, just to have something to respond if people say that's too expensive. It's always their opinion. Don't feel pressured to lower prices. So some clients simply aren't your target audience. If you hear you're too expensive, then you're too expensive for that person, but not for others, okay? And here at final, I have some have listed some handling, pricing, objections, some tips to answer. This is again, that's with the too expensive. That's too expensive. You can respond as I've said before. And then the next one, I can get a cheaper portrait elsewhere. Maybe you hear that. Then you can say absolutely. There are different options out there, but my portraits are hand-drawn with great attention to detail, ensuring a one-of-a-kind, high-quality artwork that captures your pet's personality. You can also say, and it is drawn with so much love, and what else you can put into that sentence. Or somebody said, I would love one, but I can't afford it right now. Then you can say, I totally understand. I also offer payment plans to make it more accessible. Plus, I have gift certificates if you would like to add it to your wish list. For example, if you offer some. If somebody asks you for discounts, do you offer discounts? Then you say, I don't usually offer discounts because each portrait is a custom creation, but I do run seasonal promotions. Maybe you're doing that. You can for sure do some seasonal promotions. I would be happy to let you know when the next one is available. I don't see why a pet portrait should cost so much. I completely understand. Each portrait is a custom hand-drawn piece created with hours of detailed work to capture your pet's unique personality. It's not just a drawing, it's a cherished keepsake that lasts a lifetime. Or can you lower the price if I provide the materials? But I don't think you will get that question often, but for sure you can answer the materials are only a small part of the cost. The real value is in the time, the skill, and the years of experience that go into creating each portrait. Can I pay after I see the finished portrait? Then always say no, I require a deposit upfront to secure your booking since each portrait is custom made. However, I do send progress updates, so you'll see your artwork come to life along the way. So for sure you can do that always to send them so step-by-step pictures of the artwork. You can also write down a new confident pricing statement for yourself after that call as an exercise. And final, I want to recap and an action plan. Calculate your pricing using a method that works for you. So apply what you've learned and set a fair price. Research 3 successful artists charging more and see how they position themselves. Announce your next price increase publicly. Give clients time to adjust and book. Set up your waitlist strategy and next booking cycle if you want to build a waitlist. Stop second guessing your worth. Own your pricing with confidence. The right clients will see your value. So your right clients are definitely out there. And a conclusion, pricing is not just about covering costs. It's about recognizing the value of your work and creating a sustainable business or getting money in.
Okay, I hope this was helpful for you. If you have any further questions, pop them below in the comments. I'm happy to answer and help you. I hope you sell a lot of your artwork or you receive a lot of commission requests and then also commissions. It's so great to earn a bit side money or start an art business. You find here the link to my beginner's guide if you would like to learn how to draw animal portraits with pastels, and here you find the next video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, then I see you next time. Bye!